Can you hear me, man?
All right, so look, this is what we gonna do, man. This is what we gonna do. We gonna try something different on the J Matt Show today, man. So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first ever town hall meeting at the J Matt Show. I'm the host, J Matt. We got a house full today. I ain't gonna start with you.
Damn right.
We got B Hill
on the mic next to you, nigga.
Eddie Kane himself is back on the mic.
Can I get a hot tub, you bitch?
In his proper seat.
Hang.
Now, to the left of me, we got a first timer to the J Matt Show. I don't even know if this nigga actually ever heard an episode, but this is J Law right here.
I'm definitely a subscriber.
My
Or
nigga.
you could call him Jesse Lawrence.
Man.
My nigga. Now, we got Russ over there behind the scenes. We got Smoke Dog over there. He will be making an appearance on camera. He be always having shit to say. We got my man Jamae. He's back in effect. Social distancing might be over for him. It's too soon to tell. Yeah. Second wave might be coming. He might have to hibernate one more time. We got Reg in the building. He over there tucked off in the cut. I'm not sure if he's going to have anything to say today.
Reg, you gonna have something to say. You crazy.
But I'm pretty sure everybody listening and watches has something to say or thoughts, emotions about these subjects we're about to get into today. So let's just get it started. Before I do that, welcome all the listeners again, man. I definitely appreciate y'all, all my day ones, everybody that's tuning in for the first time, everybody that's tuning in for the last time. Welcome. And see you later. What else? All right. What else we got? I think that was it.
Let's get into it, baby.
Now, what I want to do is, I'm actually not going to talk as much as I usually do on this show. I'm about to turn on my town hall moderator hat, and I got questions for y'all. Elephant in the room. Mr. Floyd, George Floyd. Rest in peace. Condolences to him, his family, all his friends, loved ones. Now, the bigger thing is like, we're not even gonna get to the bigger thing first. Let's just take this moment to say rest in peace to him, because this shit happened so quickly, and we usually don't see these things pop up online or in social media on the news until months after, like Ahmaud Arbery, right? Definitely. We still really trying to deal with this situation of that young brother losing his life, and then this happens. Now, there's a lot of different angles that we gonna attack when we dive into this discussion. So allow me, gentlemen, to moderate this discussion as we progress. All right. We got Karens out here basically hating, using the police as they personal bodyguards, knowing the results that happens when them niggas come out to the scene. So let's just start there. Let's start with Karen and everybody else out there like them that's using the police basically to do they dirt. You got a woman in the park. I'm not sure. Everybody should have seen the video by now, right? Yeah, I saw it. Now, everybody has seen the video. You got one woman in the park by herself with a black man. Mm-hmm. Now, usually, and I give the cops credit in this situation, they didn't pull up, from what I understand, to go crazy. They didn't go ham. But typically, that's the outcome that you would see.
They're on the ground.
Exactly. And to know that that's the outcome that she was actually hoping for makes me sick to my stomach. She wanted them to come and do harm to that man.
Not just hoping,
expecting it. So let's start with our guest here that's joining us for the first time. Have you experienced Karens in your walk of life? And when you experience those type of people, though, how do you usually handle it?
All day, every day, but I don't pay them no attention, to be honest. It's a way of life I've been adapted to and trained to have to deal with, man. Shit.
Here's a better question for you, because you got like a 17-year-old, right? How you tell him to deal with people like that? Because his age group is usually the ones that they calling the police on.
Keep your pants up and keep yourself looking proper. I mean, shit.
Yeah,
unfortunately, you gotta be one of them.
His pants though.
Not. I mean,
that is one of them.
You know, that's one.
I know what you
that's
mean.
The
It's a
first,
stereotype,
One of the things,
you know, they gonna be looking
these
for.
young boys, they are,
Fighting the stereotype.
that's normal for them. But yeah, don't look like
That's the
one
fucking
of them
test.
guys
So be
running
presentable.
around.
The language.
Yeah, because the first thing they look at is your appearance. They don't give a damn about who you are.
The dude on that video, he didn't sound like a nigga from the hood. You know what I'm saying? He sounded like he was very proper. He articulated himself. He didn't sound when I heard the video of him talking, I imagined probably a well-dressed black dude. Like, I don't know. Did anybody ever see the picture of him? It doesn't really matter. But which,
Yeah,
like you saying, but
definitely.
what you saying too
He
speaks
looked very
to
proper.
it speaks to how our kids how like on edge we gotta be.
Man, this shit ain't changed.
We got to give them training.
Ain't shit done changed. The same protocols that went. Police, first of all, ain't none. I believe in nobody hired militia. You know what I'm saying, to protect the wealth. You know what I mean, of the wealthy and shit like that. You know, so it's like they police you. I think like most police don't even live in your neighborhood. And how they go even understand the people in that neighborhood if you're not even from it. You know, so they're already scared. You're already on 10 because all you got is what you heard about this black community. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think they should be able to police these neighborhoods in the first place. You can start there, and then as far as like keeping yourself together around them, it's in the rule books. Follow the rules, man. It's like you ain't got that opportunity to act out and call them fucking fuck you guy and shit like that. You can't do that. They will kick your black ass. So you got to just stay straight, stay focused, get the fuck from around them. You know, you see them coming, go the other way.
But what about Karen though? When
got Karens like
when
that,
she just
walk
calling
away
on
from their ass.
just
Don't even
leave the
entertain
scene.
they motherfucking ass, man. Just leave a scene, man.
Does that work though? Like now
What
you
gonna
fleeing.
do?
Now
What
that
you go fight? You want to stand up, start kicking some ass, start shooting? Other
How
than that,
long?
just
How
bounce.
long you supposed to keep walking away and not living your normal life? That's
a good
not
question,
what
too.
I'm gonna do. That's why I
Yeah.
say I don't pay them any attention.
That's what I'm saying. Avoid
You
this
know, I
situation.
got blockers, because I mean, it's always gonna be my stereotype. You know, I'm not normal looking. I have a mean looking face.
you
Not-
do,
I was born with that.
your
So I
nostrils
already
is naturally
I
flared.
already come
Right.
off looking
All the time.
aggressive.
all the time.
I already come off looking aggressive. So I'm
Well, you
used
do
to
be
people.
sour as
So
fuck.
I mean, shit.
The limit.
I'm not gonna let anybody interrupt what the fuck I'm here to do. If I'm here to bird watch, what the fuck I'm about to do. That's what the fuck I'm about to do.
You don't
Fuck
be
you,
feeding the
bitch.
pigeons.
Whatever the fuck I'm about to do. That's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna feed into you and give you any type of energy that you want. You know, I'm not
Yeah.
doing that. That's what you looking to
You
get
got
a
some
rise
good-
out of. You be looking to get a rise out of me.
You got some good willpower.
I'm saying that's why I'm like, just bounce before you start
It-
doing
I
something.
mean, to a point, because when I get there, you know, it's a whole boiling point. Because when I'm there, it's
I understand
all,
you. That's how I am.
I have to keep myself.
You're right.
All right. But being
I
in
can
that
understand
situation
that.
got to be instant annoyment though, because it's like, what are you even doing around me talking to me, white person? You know what I'm saying? So that's got to be annoying off the top. So they trying to trigger you already. So it's like you got two options: you go sit here and turn up with this bitch, or you go bounce. You turn up with this bitch, you know the results gonna be you in the joint, or you getting somebody kicking your
I'm
ass.
just
like
asking
kicking
what you
your ass.
answer what you're asking, but to go a step further, a woman going to the point where he doing that, he handled that with the utmost dignity.
Right. That's
Yeah,
what I was
that-
going. I was going to go to that.
He's a different person to me.
Yeah.
I'm glad he did pull out that camera, but at the time you pull out that camera, you know you got evidence. Boom. You're not
Now
gonna get
that's
me
kind
and
of what I was
chick
going to say.
back.
I was going to say that the way that he did handle it, you could use that as a training video for young kids, young men, because like you said, that was perfection. I couldn't see not one thing he did wrong in that video. He remained calm. He never got aggressive at all. He kept his distance, and he got this dumb bitch choking her
I
own
was gonna
dog
say she was
on
choking
camera.
the fuck out that
You
dog.
gotta understand where you're at. You're in a lose situation.
Cause it's no
You
training,
know?
it's no training for being black, man. It's not a training. You could tell your kids anything at the same time. Like I know all of
Microphone.
y'all guys.
Yeah, microphone.
I know all of y'all guys, and I know I could say this honestly about all of y'all dudes. Y'all some respectful men. I'm not just saying that just to say it. Everybody in this room, I know y'all all got respect. I don't expect if one of y'all got pulled over by the cops or dealing with a white woman outside that's just on some bullshit that y'all gonna be bucking y'all chest and oh fuck you bitch and talking crazy.
Right.
You gonna deal with her with respect.
All right.
That kind of thing. But at the same time, you still black. Where is the training on that? Where is the training on being born black? So you
That's a good
operate.
question.
I just feel like you operate the best you can with the the same respect that, you know, all of our parents raised us with to have, and who we are as men anyway, you operate in that same manner. Because it's not a training. I can't tell my son to be any different. Yeah, pull your pants up. You know what I'm saying? Watch your mouth. Watch how you talking around adults and stuff like that. But outside of that, it's like he's still black. And it could happen to any one of us. I mean, we all got tattoos. We express ourselves. You got dreads. I mean, your style. No, like,
He look like a crackhead.
Your style is your style, so they could say any and whatever about any one of us, man. Like, oh yeah, well, you know, he fits this description, or he looks this way, or said this, or whatever. End of the day, we still black, man, and that's the issue that we dealing with. Like, that's the hate for real. You know what I'm saying? It ain't.
Why do they hate black people so much? Like,
That's a whole egg to open. What's up?
right. The question is, why do they hate black people so much? We support every culture. More so,
It comes from the ground up.
You know what I'm saying? We put on for everybody. We don't commit mass murders and shit.
Your great grandparents, and it trickles
I mean,
down.
And one person at a time.
Shit.
One person at a time. I want everybody to get their thoughts out on the subject.
Agree with me? It definitely comes from your great grandparent. It trickles down from generation to generation, and it takes strong-willed people to break that curse. But a lot of these people, they behind their shelter.
Right,
they don't talk about it, but they know what they've been taught.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going against what the fuck their grandfather lived, and they
the
know
money.
in their head. They might say it in front of you, but when it go down, when it get down to the root of the truth, that's what the fuck they believe in, and that's what they gonna go by. So when shit hit the fan, you getting them Nancy's and Susies out here. Right. And the cameras is exposed.
They don't know no better. So it's more like training white people. More say, per se, you know what I'm saying? More so than training black people how to be black. White people gotta learn how to be more accepted to like other fucking cultures, obviously, or some shit. Because like they the real only problem. I think I ain't gonna say that.
Now I think what we talking about is something that we will never be able to get down to the bottom of. Is why we get. I mean, honestly, for me, that's a very simple thing. Yeah. As why we get treated the way we get treated. It's historical. It is what it is. It's why we even talking about this subject right now. I think you brought up something that we should probably segue into. It's a good point, which is training. You said ain't no training for being black. Now, there is training for life. There's training for a lot of things. Like you said, say train up a child in the way it should go. You can train your child, like we talked about before. Train your child how to interact with a Karen. You know what I'm saying? Pull your pants up, look presentable, articulate yourself. Don't be bucking and acting tough and being aggressive when it ain't necessary. So as far as training goes, I think we do need to discuss training for being black. And I think it's a sad state of affairs where we actually need to discuss training for being black, because in 2020, shit, it's no different than when they was lynching us. Right. Now they just a little bit more aggressive because the laws are backing them. Where back then it was just some Jim Crow Wild Wild West shit. Now it's the segregation and the hate is integrated into the laws. Now I don't want to jump too far ahead because I want to stay on the training thing, but what just come to mind is the look that man had when he was leaning on his neck and his grin, like nigga, I know you filming me, but I'm still gonna kill this nigga in front of you because I don't give a shit and there's nothing. And my officers' friends is gonna watch and they're gonna keep you back while they watch. It's about to go down. So it's fully integrated into the laws for them to be bold enough to do that. The KKK just went to the police force.
Right.
So we actually do need to train our black men on how to be black in today's climate. But I want to get y'all thoughts on not only how you think you should train if you had a black son, how you think you should train them, but what type of training do these damn police officers need when they police in black communities? Well, I'll start right there with you.
Well, first of all, again, we should all be home training our children to be mannerable. That's just what we should be doing. Yeah, that has nothing to do with being black. That's just what you should do as a parent. You should teach your child to have some manners, right? Outside of that, I feel like the best training that you can give your child, your black child, is to teach them defense. Teach them to protect themselves at all times, because that's their God-given and human right. When we outside, we fight against those that fight us, man. I don't care if you wear a badge. I don't care if you touch me as a man and as my God-given right, my human right, I'm going to touch you back. Especially when you didn't do nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's the best way I could say to train your child, because it's really not a specific thing you could really tell them because of their skin color, man. It's just not. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we listen to the music that we listen to. We dress the way we dress. We talk the way we talk. At the end of the day, we minding our own business. If you ain't out committing a crime, then as far as I'm concerned, you shouldn't be fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? And it's not fair. It's never been fair. But at the same time, we know the world that we live in. Everywhere that white man has went around the world, he ain't done nothing but cause problems, man. Everywhere. Pick a place. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and we can really go there. I mean, but that's another subject. But it's the truth. It just so happened that here in America, it's like rampant. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, like I said, the best thing that I feel like you could teach your child is that, hey, man, protect yourself at all times, man.
Protect yourself at all times, bob and weave.
That's all you could do. I mean, outside of that, okay, you get pulled over by a cop. All right, here go my license, registration, insurance. You don't know what mind state that police officer is in at that point in time. Because, I mean, he can get on some aggressive shit. But you done everything that you were supposed to do under the law. But at the same time, he could say, oh, well, I thought he had a gun or whatever.
He can say anything he want.
It's like, what you supposed to do?
Now, what are your thoughts on as far as training for cops in black communities? Do you have any thoughts on how that could be improved? How would you like to see cops interact with people in the community, the black communities I'm talking about?
I would say this, man, and this speak to your point that you made earlier. Like,
then we're going to let B answer that question.
So I agree with what you said. Like, first of all, if you ain't from our community, like, we got plenty of police, like black, white, Latino, I mean, all different races that go to the police academy. I feel like if, you a black man, let's say, I'm from wherever I'm from, I should probably go apply to work in that neighborhood because I'm familiar with these people. You know what I'm saying? To police these particular areas and that kind of thing because you're familiar with that background or that demographic of people. Outside of that, you bringing all the like white cops to the
training, Jermaine.
The training. Wait, there is no training, Law.
Well, wait a second. All right, well, go ahead. No. All right, well, go ahead, Law.
Ain't nothing wrong with the training. It's the people behind the training. They train them up the way they supposed to.
Are you talking about the police?
Yeah.
Okay.
They trained right.
Yeah,
but when you on the street and you feel a certain way and you got a click in your head, your training go out the window. When you scared behind and you got a gun badge and a holster with all these tools, training go out the window. When you
I see what you're saying.
The training is A1. I mean, they do by the book. Yeah, boom, Constitution. This is what you're supposed to do. These are rights you're supposed to uphold. Training cool.
So you saying
training ain't the problem? They train great.
Training ain't the problem.
They don't give a fuck about.
No, let me say it. So you basically saying that
they abuse their rights.
Well, you're also saying that there are good cops who use the good training, and then there are cops, like you said, once the shit hit the fan, training to go out the window.
Yeah, that don't shit. No.
So basically,
definitely.
Training is
to get you to
what it is.
A lot of times. I mean, just to get in the door. Yeah.
Now, I mean, all right. I want B to jump back in and answer that too, because you bringing me to another point, but I want B to give his thoughts on that too, though.
You mean far as the training? See, I
training
believe I believe that
black people and cops.
Yeah. Okay. As far as cops, period. like they don't train. They go like that training is like you just
They
doing
get through the
PT.
academy.
Well, you're doing PT, like you're training for the stamina and learning the law. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like how to interact with people. It's not social training they're having. They're not having psychologists on scene
On
talking
the
to them.
job
Like psychologists actually giving them a psychology, touching their head. That motherfucker is fucked up.
Real quick, hold that thought. We do have Russ here, and we're going to actually bring him in next after these guys talk because his father is a cop or detective. Yeah. He up there. He been doing shit for a long time, so he could probably speak more factually on what we talking about. But go ahead.
Absolutely. But I'm just saying, like, there's no real training to how to be sociable and like have straight common sense to people. You know what I'm saying? If you come in with an attitude, it's okay. It's like this. You said training. Basketball players, they train. Then you think on game day they get scared and just forget how to play basketball? You can't say that's like the same being a cop. You train all this time. You at the gun range all the time. Oh, you know how to shoot. God damn it. You don't forget about that. And you ain't scared about shit. You signed up to talk to people and to be, you know, to govern people pretty much. Make sure they straight. Not to be out here being scared and like there's some fucking war game.
Yeah, you as far as training goes, cops are, the job is to serve and protect the community. So if you don't have social skills, then there's a problem with you being on the force.
Right. Their job is not to sit in the streets and be shooting at people like that. Your job is to diffuse situations as a police officer.
Right.
You are diffuse situations, not create the situation. Now that's martial type of military.
Very good point.
Definitely respect their job.
That's a very good point.
Respect the places because they're in a position that I would not put myself in, and I do commend every first line person. You know what I'm saying? Because they doing some shit that plenty people wouldn't.
That's true.
I be damn.
And that's why you don't sign up for it.
Kicking in a motherfucker dough that I know just spray the nigga down with choppers and shit. Nigga, I'm not shit.
But listen, you signed up for that shit. You signed up for that shit.
So I said I commend them.
Yeah, he's saying he's commending them.
But I'm saying you commend them for what?
What you mean? But we commend the military.
It's a lot of different ways to make your money.
What are you commending these guys
for? Their
for?
bravery.
He's just saying some police officer that do it the right way.
Everybody ain't wrong.
Right.
I mean, I'm gonna say like this. I'm gonna say this. We ain't in Mexico.
My man right
we
here,
are not in Mexico.
Is a mentor, one of my mentors.
When the last time y'all heard a U.S. citizen shooting up cops?
Excuse me?
This is not no Mexican mafia here in America. Cops are not that under much pressure of being killed by a citizen. Random shit happen to them, yeah, but it ain't like every year hundreds and hundreds of cops getting killed by citizens.
Come up to my motherfucking window. I'm tinted out. You don't know what the fuck in my car at 2:30 in the morning.
You don't know. They got flashlights.
Motherfucker might be wanted for
You got
murder,
flashlights. Get your ass out
I'm
the
waiting
car.
on you to pull up on my window.
You got
so I can
every
blaze your ass and
every
get off.
necessary.
You don't know what's
every
going
necessary
on.
tool to
I'm just
defuse that.
saying.
As a cop.
Well, gentlemen,
That takes bravery.
Gentlemen, what we're gonna do is
I'm just saying one side of it.
J Law.
That's just one
It
side.
takes a motherfucker
You're new here.
to shoot your ass in the first
We're not gonna debate these subjects because these motherfuckers are dead, man. Like I'm not even. Y'all making me say
No, that's a
motherfuckers.
different subject.
I'm just saying. I don't want to. We're not gonna debate the topics that we have. We trying to build on the topics, man.
Gotcha.
Like if we ain't build on it, ain't no sense of going back. Of course we know it's good and bad to everything. That shit is the obvious shit. I hate stating the obvious shit. Unless we, because niggas really could cut all the conversation out if we just go to the obvious.
I just wanted to commend them.
I know, but I feel you.
Argue with me.
I feel you.
Shit.
But what I'm saying is, we had this gentleman here. So you need to swing the community mic to this guy so that he can actually tell us if any. And you ain't got to stay on the mic long.
Any of it.
Just tell us if anything that these gentlemen have said as far as training is accurate as far as your knowledge with your father.
Training wise, yes, they do get trained.
Oh, don't worry about it. I ain't put the battery in
more extensive than what my man B explained on. Okay, can they put them in all situations that they're going to face? No. And are they in a comfortable environment? Yes. Are Caucasian cop going into the inner city of Cleveland, is he around majority of black people while he's in training? No. He's in his comfort zone around his people. So during that training, he does not see what he's going to see on the street. Right. Now, does some of policing cause them to have biases? Yes. That's why it's black cops who do the same harassment to black citizens that white cops do. They're training. Are they trained to do that? No. But do the circumstances dictate that after a while? Yes. Why? Because they focusing on a certain people. When you go into actually being in the field, You're not trained to look at this white guy, look at that white, look at this white guy. You train, look at that black man. Mm-hmm. He is the prototypical criminal that we see.
Right.
So what I will say is our culture as a whole is a crime in their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you cannot put
That's some
that
good shit.
in.
Very well said.
Real put.
Our culture. Wait a second. Let's pause on that moment. He said our
Yeah, that's
culture
real well
is a crime in their eyes.
Right. That's real.
Open that up.
Reg got his hand up. He want to say something.
Me and him was talking about this earlier. Deep.
Go ahead, Reg.
That's probably one of the deepest statements and I've heard. So to dissect that a bit, just to look at it, when I hear you say something like that, I'm thinking about how they emulate our culture, how our culture is so diverse and populates and has permeated the world indefinitely. You know what I mean?
Is it straight?
We set every trend.
It looked crooked a little bit.
From everything from back in the day, and the reason they fear is because they know the truth, and but the fact that you can say that and it be a fact, that's just
talking from
that hurts. That hurts. The whole culture, the culture is a crime in and of itself.
It is. I mean, you think about it. If you ever hear other white people talk to white people, if it's a white person that kind of grows into the black culture, what are they called? A wigger. Mm-hmm. They're not necessarily accepted. They're not shunned in their own community, but they looked at like, something ain't right with you. You shouldn't want to be like that, because that culture in itself is not okay with how we operate. When y'all was talking about training earlier, if you have a black son, training him up how to deal with the police. Honestly, the only way to train him is to train him to be white. That man in that video, what we say, he sounded about as white as a black man can sound. And he dealt with it the way that kept him out of trouble. And
now,
shunned the light on the Karens of the world.
Are you saying that you can't talk like our culture and still articulate yourself like that black man did in that video? Like, so you're telling me?
I think he's saying like fight fire with fire. It's like give them their own shit back to them. You know what
I see what you're saying, but let me
put a limb on them.
Let me open this up a little bit. What in the entire fuck?
Ray, did you blow?
Oh, he said, look, he's smoking right next to the
Smokey. God damn, Smokey.
He's smoking right next to it.
I'm like Shirley the burnt the biscuits.
I mean, the smoke rising right into the shit. Like, I mean, right there. Plus the light bright, so it go to the light. Right, yeah. All right, so that was a funny little blooper. So, all right, so let's open this up a little bit because we that, like you said, man, that's a crazy statement to make. But like you said, I think that what we need to do more of is unite as our culture, as opposed to trying to culturally appropriate into this situation that's got us where we at, man. I remember a few podcasts back I was talking to Ben, and we was talking about acceptance, and we was talking about Martin Luther King and MLK and that whole little debate. And I kind of like to compare these type of situations because we're in this situation because of our want to get into their system. I literally thought when this happened, what it would have been like had we got the separate but equal shit. We could have had our own police force for our own community.
Shit,
like I started thinking about how shit
niggas want to sign up.
Was not as bad as it sounded. Like separate is not necessarily a bad thing. You look at our own country. We got separation in this country. We put Indians on reserves. As fucked up as that shit is, they still want to be separate. We got Mormons. We got Amish. They don't give a shit about what the hell the masses is doing. We like what we do. Oh, I sometimes just think about the Wakanda-like nature we could have had if we just would have fucking said no to this. We don't want to integrate with how you niggas is living, man. You motherfuckers was raping us in front of our wives and our kids. Why we want to integrate with you niggas? Y'all mostly fat. I mean, y'all mostly gay. You sleep with your animals and shit. You're into all type of crazy incest. Like, this is not even our culture.
White people nasty, man. White people are
Man,
nasty, but they
fam.
eat each other. They nasty,
But-
man. They nasty.
But what I'm saying is, I just like to think about,
Right,
like,
don't
this
say used to,
situation got me
shit.
thinking about what it would have been like. But back to that point, though, how do we preserve our culture and still be able to exist in 2020 and beyond, man? Who want to tackle that one?
All right, I think unity. We done everything else, So we got another situation right here where another guy, basically, they killing us on TV now or on the internet. It's in plain sight. They ain't too much going to jail and getting no real time or no real punishment. We ain't getting no justice. Our unity. That's it. We can't keep marching. We can't keep talking. We can't. The old traditional stuff, we can't keep turning the other cheek. Our unity. We got to start putting our money together. We got to just start coming together as a whole, man. That's the only solution. That's all we got. We done everything else except that.
I agree with you. Trust.
So it's like we tried separation. I mean, I can sit up here and give you many examples. You know what I'm saying? With just Black Wall Street. That's a great a prime example, I guess I could say. You know what I'm saying? We had our own busing systems. We had black business that was doing business, our own banking systems that was getting ready to do business with other parts of the world, through banking and stuff like that. And they came through and shut that down. They won't let us go, man. They won't let us be. You know what I'm saying? We catch hell. It ain't never been another race ever in history that suffered what we done suffered. You know what I'm saying? And we keep overcoming and, rising above each and everything. But we can't have one party or one people over here like, no, well, fuck that shit, man. I just want to get my money and take. No, we can't do that. We got to all come together. You got so many black people, but so many black people that want to be white people or want to fit in with white people or want to be accepted by white people. Fuck that. It's about us at this time, man. Because clearly they don't give a fuck about us. And they didn't show us time after time. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think the solution is to overcoming what it is that we going through as a people, man. Because it's like we not getting nowhere with all this other shit. This marching and singing and praying and all of that. No.
One of my thoughts is
it's unity.
One of my thoughts is that I don't think that this is not my original thought either. I've heard the comedian Jeff Brown say this a lot. It's not bad enough yet. As bad as it looks, as much as information as we are privy to now, you know what I'm saying? We seeing people being killed live a little bit more than we used to. You know what I'm saying? We still don't know that it's any more or any less than what it used to be back in the day when this shit was a free for all. So what I'm thinking is I still don't think that it's bad enough for change to happen. I don't know, and it's a fucked up thought because I don't know how bad shit got to be. But if you look at the history of the world, the history of nations, when shit changed for real, it be some fucked up conditions that niggas is going through for some sparks to be motherfucking. I remember last week or whatever that week was, Reg said about Ahmaud Arbery. He said right there, he said, y'all don't think this is the spark and I'll let you jump in after this so you could give your new perspective. But he said, y'all don't think it's this the spark to light the tender box and set shit up. I said, nigga, hell no. Probably in that same octave and everything, nigga. Like, no. This shit is not new, nigga. This is not new. This shit has been going on for years.
5 days from now, this shit gonna be a memory. We about to listen to trap music.
It's really not bad enough. I don't know what bad enough is gonna look like. In my opinion, it's gonna look really fucked up. But go ahead.
I'm glad you actually said that because just to go back to that conversation, I agree with you, and I was trying to pick your brain to get that thought out there on camera, and just on the shows that, you know, what is it gonna take for us to actually wake up? Like you said, Jermaine, you know, we've had those examples. They bombed us. I think we're stronger now if we go back to those philosophies at this point in time, which was the point I was trying to make then. I mean, we have the examples. We know what the groundwork. We got the teachers. We just need the young bucks to get out here and stand up while the old folks get in there in the war room, you know, and do the political side and all that other stuff building. But you're right. We do need just unity, and it can be done, if you ask me.
And I want to make one other point too. So we got to also pour into the young. You know what I'm saying? We got to pour into our young too, because our generation, like our younger generation right now, like they the most important generation for real, because they the most fearless, man. Just look at it. Like, go to our communities, look at the shit that they doing. Like, they the most fearless. They don't give a fuck about what you talking about.
No, that's real shit.
You know what I'm saying? They like, nigga, fuck what you talking about. It's whatever, and they willing to do whatever, willing to die, whatever. That's snipers on the roof. Go. Listen, we get in, we tap in up here with them. Say whatever you will, but I'm just saying, like, it's they are
That's
very
the same
important.
shit they said about us and me.
No, listen, Law. However,
You keep that negative energy off the microphone, you asshole.
or however you
newbie
choose,
ass
however
nigga.
you choose to look at it.
I'm just saying, I'm being right.
Okay.
Hey, that's I'm glad you ain't on
However
the
you
microphone.
choose to look at it, they ain't nobody's. They our children, bro.
Right.
Straight like that. Say whatever you will. They our children, and it's on us. So I mean, if we continue to keep looking down, them like, man, fuck them niggas.
They gonna kill your ass,
It's gonna
nigga.
keep on. It's gonna continue to get worse. You know what I'm saying? In our communities. So again, they are, to me, the most important generation, man, because they the most fearless. You know what I'm saying? They soldiers, man. You know what I'm saying? And as a whole, they represent us too. You know what I'm saying? So, exactly. So they
Go
count
ahead,
too,
Russ.
man.
Based off what he said, he right. Our future reflects our past. So whatever we train our children up to be is what we've learned and what we need them to be in order for our future to be brighter. Mm-hmm. But I do want to jump back into what J. Madden Red said. As far as us coming together, I don't want to downplay the strategy of what white America is doing. They give us enough. They feed our own selfish ambition. We all want what we want.
Damn, that's
when
true
When
as
it comes down
fuck.
to it, at the end of the day,
They just
I
give
love
you
y'all,
more
but
what
I
you
gotta
want.
take care of my family. And if they give enough of us enough to take care of our family, we have these moments where we get outraged, but long term, we don't unite. And it's strategic. It's intentional. They let enough of us strive in our culture to be like, oh, I can still strive in my culture. But if you look at the percentages, it's like the NBA.
Right.
My nigga, you not going to strive in this culture. Majority of us are not going to strive.
Right.
They give us just enough
Speaking them facts
in order to,
That's why we got to take
keep
that
us
dominance
separated.
from them. How we go get that
which
dominance
is why
from them?
we had, every time these happen, yeah, we had them 2 days
Right.
where we
Few
outraged,
days,
we united.
and then we back
But
at it.
like B said, we back to trap music and my life cool. Yeah, I
Right.
listen to this culture, but I'm cool.
Now we back to hearing the Uzi
And
talk.
then it's everything back to normal. And it's intentional. It is.
No. You keep the mic. I like your input. Let me. No, hey, no. Nigga, you
But
don't
see-
listen to J Law. He's the newbie. It's the J Man show. Don't give this nigga the microphone. He had Tito's. We don't
Really,
drink
though,
Tito's
do,
down
like I
here.
said, that's well to
No,
say.
no, but
not to
listen.
downplay it.
For real, that was a good one.
This was amazing.
But before you pass the mic, but you can pass the mic to Law. What made you the most angry about the video of George Floyd being killed? What made you the most angry, man?
Honestly, to watch the demeanor of the cop, to honestly not give a fuck about life.
And knowing he was gonna be cool. He
That-
just seemed like he was gonna be cool anyway.
Exactly.
He knew he was gonna be cool.
Because he's sitting on this man, and he felt the life go out of him.
You
There's
got
no doubt
to,
about it.
right.
You felt him resisting. You felt everything going on, and then you felt nothing. you know what life is and when it's gone, especially as a cop, I feel like. And for him to have zero emotion towards taking a life, that's a heart problem. Black, white, anything.
Psychology.
I don't care if it's a black man doing that to another black man. To be able to feel no qualm about taking the life of another human being is something wrong with your heart, because we not naturally ingrained like that.
Yeah,
Especially if it's not in a survival mode. That man wasn't protecting his life.
Yeah, that shit was dope. That shit was crazy.
The worst part for me, I'll just start with the top part. People recording and just sitting there and chilling, man. It's like any type of distraction could get that officer off of him.
But you know what? And then I would say that, but I listened to a black man.
You got to get the mic. Got to get the mic.
I listened to a black man that entire video almost put his own life in danger, for real, for real.
And well, that's
He
what we
was
got to
flipping the
start
fuck
doing.
out.
We got to start
But
helping each
Tao,
other.
the Ching Choing was sitting there. And
All right, so yeah. All right, so I think this is the point where everybody gonna get their emotions up, but I want everybody to get their thoughts out. So
Right. So I'm gonna just
everybody
start right
speak
there with
one
the-
at a time.
Right, I'm gonna start with the people recording. I just think that we can gather
Law,
in a
you
group
next.
to watch this happen. Somebody can be bold enough. Who's the shot caller of the hood or wherever the hell? Throw a shot in the air somewhere. Somebody shoot around the corner. Somebody run around. Somebody do something. Throw a rock at the cop. Something could anything. Ain't nobody tell you go in and go choke him, man. Go fight with fucking. Y'all know how to distract shit, because if the trap was popping off right now, you know how to distract the cop from get this shit down on this side of town, from that side of fucking town. So it's like, just do something besides sitting there. This ain't right. Look, I'm the first to record it. Look at me. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look what I did. Look what I filmed. That's some fuck shit. And I want to hear no more rap, no more nigga, I shoot the whole block up and kill your mama and them too because you get touched by the little cousin Pookie. But nigga, this cop just killed you in broad daylight in your face, in your buddy.
You're
Ain't
right
nobody
as
gonna do
fuck.
shit, and y'all so damn tough. I don't want to hear about no nigga killing another nigga again. Ever.
Definitely. But just to go back, when I said fuck them little niggas, back when nigga, it's not about how they treat you. You gotta overstep how they feel and treat them how they supposed to be treated, and teach them anyway. I know they be hard. That's why when I said fuck them little niggas, that's what I was saying. Fuck them and teach them how they supposed to be taught anyway. You know what I'm saying? Give them what they supposed to get. They gonna be hard. They surface gonna be like that. Give it to them. They strong. They strong minded or strong willed. That's how they are. They still kids. That all right. But anyway,
That was
had
good.
to set that
No, I
straight.
like that clarification though.
Because you cut me off when I said fuck them little niggas.
I
and
like
ain't
that
that.
clarification though.
But to go a step further, I'm the type of motherfucker. If I see a group of cops and shit, I'm keep rolling. I'm not in it, cause it's just not feasible. You know, I'm not nosy like that. But just so happen I might be coming out of store and I walk up on some shit like that. I can't fathom me not getting, nigga, you threaten me with mace, bitch, you gonna mace, nigga, something gonna happen. And you know my father very well. You know the first thing, and I asked him, you know what I'm saying? I just started talking back to my father. He's so holy. First thing he said, you better listen to God. He said, God to get you. He basically saying you better think about your family, don't do nothing. Shit.
Ooh, that opens up a whole nother conversation, and I'm not gonna go there, but tell your story.
I can't imagine seeing anybody, even white, black, purple, whoever the fuck it is. I don't give a fuck who it is. Me as a human being and having compassion. I ain't no race. I don't give a fuck if he's a white man doing to a white man. I'm doing something. Hey, dude, what are you doing? I can't.
Jermaine, you next. You got something to say on that, or did you? Red, you got something to say on that? No, Red, you got something to say on this one?
You asked. So
I gotta ask.
The original question you asked was about like how did we feel about the video?
Yeah, I asked him. Yeah, I did ask him how he. What's the worst thing you? What's the worst part of the video?
Honestly, I didn't.
For you.
I couldn't. I ain't watched probably more than 5 seconds. Like I.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, I could.
Okay. I understand that too.
I can't. I can't watch them types of videos and stuff like that because it's the same thing over and over and over. It's kind of like, and it's not to undermine our brother that was just killed, but it's like after you seen one, you didn't seen them all, and it's the same continuous thing. We just.
Well, I will say, Jermaine, this
gotta
was a little
educate
bit different.
You gotta educate yourself.
Now, I'll say I've seen a lot of videos. You know, we've seen a lot of videos, people being killed, man. Now, I'm a go back to what Russ said about the look on this man's face as he was doing it. Now, here's my thing. I just want to tell y'all my thing. I'm gonna pose another question and give it back to y'all.
The hand in the pocket, though.
Now,
I did see that part. Yeah,
He-
I saw
You
that.
seen his muscle tendons dogging him.
he's basically he's taking the life out of this man purposely, like Russ said. And you see it on the video. Like, you slowly see the man losing his life, which is a little bit different than a lot of other videos. You see a lot of other videos, you see, yeah, it's like some shooting, or even with Eric Garner, there was so many people. But this is just so, it's like devilish in the look in his eye. Now, I don't remember who it was, but you mentioned the fact that there was a black man on the sidewalk basically risking his freedom or safety, trying to get these police to understand that you're harming this man. He's no threat. At least check his pulse, see how he's doing. You could actually put him in the back seat of the car right now. You could sit him on the curb. The threat is subdued. And I swear this shit brought me to tears earlier. I was watching this shit, bro. The cop was annoyed by the black man, and I saw it. The more he talked and made sense, the more he dug his knee into his neck. Like
Look
you
at
can
me.
see
Look
him.
at me. Look at
You
me.
can literally see him applying more and more pressure until he did not move at all. So this video hit a little bit different for me because he stared into the camera as he killed this man with a smile on his face. The paramedics walked up, checked his pulse, and walked away. He left his knee on his neck the entire time. The Chinaman arguing with the crowd, accusing this man of being on crack cocaine and having an overdose, while the white boy come out the store and saying maybe he's OD'ing. This shit is so like inflammatorily fucked up. I just made up a whole phrase right there. I don't even know
Google
how
that.
to like inflammatorily. I don't even really know how to put this shit into words, but it really does speak to how the decision of us not to act is like ingrained in us.
I don't know where to-
Because what I'm saying, wait a second, everybody can say what they can do. Monday quarterback in the situation. But when you walk out the store and you see somebody under duress by a police officer, another police officer is guarding him, so he's basically okaying the situation. So he's definitely about to do some action with your ass if he's letting this shit happen right behind you. And you think you don't got no thought about your baby at the house? Of course you will.
That's exactly
I
what
don't
my
really
father
like
kept
to
trying
engage
do.
in the back and forth about people accusing people of not doing shit and not doing this. I don't like that shit because it's too easy to do that when you ain't in danger. So here's the thing that I want to go back to this. And I'm gonna pass it around. Remember I said it ain't bad enough yet? Here's what I think needs to happen. And I'm gonna get y'all's thoughts on it. I believe what needs to happen is sacrifice. There needs to be one brave soul or a group of brave souls who are literally willing to die. Everything that we've seen circulating online is getting us all riled up and really upset and emotional and marching and protesting. It's people dying. They're not laying down their lives voluntarily. Their lives are being taken. We need to see somebody willing to die. We need sacrifice. No, wait a second. We need sacrifice. Embrace what I'm saying, because that takes a special type of person to literally be like, you know what?
A person, an army.
No, you're not. Listen to what I'm saying. Please let me establish this point here, sir. You need one type of person that's willing to say, I know I got a family at the house. I know I got a baby at the house. I know I got a job. I know I got a fiance. But I'm literally willing to die so that it could be better for somebody else's kid and the future that they got in this country. Because it literally takes one person to willingly die. You have to sacrifice. Every fucking movement in history that you can think of comes from somebody willing to fucking sacrifice their own life because of some shit that they standing on. That's what I believe needs to happen for some real change in this motherfucker, United States of America. Is somebody needs to willingly die, shoot it out. I'm not saying I'm advocating, don't flag my video, but I'm saying this is what I think. It takes sacrifice. What y'all think?
I mean, I think this. I feel the exact same way, especially when it comes to like you seeing white police officers assaulting a woman. If a man pull out a cell phone and start recording it, you ain't no man. That's the time to go in there to die. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to protect their woman. Now, granted, we've been conditioned. Hey, no, just pray about it. You know, just trust God. Mind your own business. You know, that kind of thing. You have to. You got to rise up, man. It's time for us to rise up.
But these young niggas is willing to die every day with this gang shit. They die over money. They die because niggas is fucking they bitches. They die because niggas is posting up in nice whips. Niggas is willing to die every day, these young dudes. They dying every day, and they willing to kill every day. But the mentality of what's got them niggas stuck, willing to sacrifice their life over that shit, how you flip that switch and be like, listen, y'all, the real baddest gang around this son bitch USA is the police.
Yeah, but the young boy,
when you niggas gon', cause these niggas is rolling up in y'all hood, smacking you niggas up, putting fucking dope on your pockets, framing you for all type of shit, kidnapping your sisters, raping them. They literally running down to Chicago, murdering you niggas.
Nah, you kill them with money. Monopolizing the blocks, killing with money.
The young
You
boys
can't beat
is
the
hungry.
police.
They
You
get
can't
hungry.
beat them. You can't beat the system. You educate your young and keep them moving.
I like that.
You can't beat them. It's unbeatable, nigga.
This
This shit been set in place way before you.
Now you say it's unbeatable.
As a whole society, as in our generation, we not gonna see no great ass change towards
That don't mean it's unbeatable.
Not to say we're not gonna see progress, but for us to think we're gonna see a big ass 180 over a year or 2-3 years is unimaginable. That's unrealistic. How long we been living like this? It's gonna be a gradual, but what I'm gonna do to make sure do my part is make sure me and mine is trained and straight up, and I'm gonna reach out to everybody else that can be. But no,
I mean, but that's the only way that you can go. You know, it's like if you got a flock of 100, you know what I'm saying, and you reach one, then you done your job. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of you, like, man, it's a bunch of lost that got away. You still done your job because that one can go and reach, you know, the rest or many more. At this point,
Hey, just walk in front, man. Yeah, he's gonna mess around, knock the whole
this
camera
point,
off with your
at
round
this point,
ass.
we just gotta quit laying down, and it's about protecting one another, man. It's about you know, a village. You know, we gotta look after each one of our own, and we gotta protect ourselves and protect our women, and just protect each other, man. We can't keep pulling out these damn phones like that. it be tripping me out anyway when I see a person just pull out a phone and just takes a picture of some random shit I wouldn't even think to take a picture of. I don't pull my phone out to just take pictures and stuff like that. So I already know, I sure as hell in a situation where somebody being assaulted, just pull out my phone and start recording.
But sometimes, and I think in 2020 and beyond, that's the way you get justice now, bro.
Well,
like, think about it.
Yeah.
Let me present another question for y'all then, because I get what you're saying, but now you got to think progressively, man. You got to think of where things is going, man. Everything is about cameras. That's why you got them all on your phone. You get justice now. You can get more by having a phone than not. So what I'm saying is they actually not arrested, but they fired him within 24 hours. That's never happened.
We ain't looking for them to be fired.
What I'm saying is that has never happened before.
Social.
Because of this situation, the severity of this situation, nigga, that you couldn't just, the man was killed on camera. If it wasn't on camera, then he would be probably hunting for somebody else to kill.
Hey, but okay, so we
under investigation.
I know what you saying.
That's what they have.
They need to be in jail, bruh. Not fired from their job.
But I'm saying within 20 typical. We ain't even had nothing happen with the Ahmaud Arbery shit
True
yet.
enough, that was too late.
That's what I'm saying. That's typically the time frame of how shit happens, or nothing happens at all.
Man,
I don't know. I feel you, but
most times nothing happening at all, bruh. You know, them guys need to be in jail.
That's what I'm saying.
We supposed to march on Minneapolis, every nigga. When shit start going bad in the city, every nigga converse on the city where the fuck shit
it's
fucked
got to,
up.
but
everybody hit the interstate.
No, and listen, Lord,
that's the question.
Hold on.
I mean, nothing else, but go ahead.
Hold on. First of all, yeah, they rose up last night. I saw something.
Yeah, they buck, but how buck they get? They ain't buck all the way.
However, man, it just we got to come to a point where we together, man, and they gonna think twice before they come at us in a situation like that, or meeting us with aggression. We have to come to a point where they think twice before doing it. And the only thing them motherfuckers respect is violence, man.
Man, listen, I want to hear something new, man. Anybody got any new ideas that I've never heard of? Any new perspective? Because honestly, I know I wanted to have a town hall about the shit, but I'm starting to get a little bit annoyed. You know why? And I'll be honest with y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all for real. The talk about violence is the shit that has annoyed me ever since I was a kid. I don't like nobody talking about violence if you ain't about no violence and you ain't violent. Shut the fuck up. Like, I don't like that shit. That shit pisses me off. Like, for real, if you ain't violent, you shouldn't really be speaking on violent shit. Like, I'm not no street nigga, so I don't really speak on street shit, right? I'm not a LGBTQ community nigga. I don't really speak on that shit too much. Because when you talking about some revolutionary shit, like what we talking, I'm going to need the niggas that's about that shit to talk about the violence. Us down here, I don't see none of us down here. I respect y'all, but I don't see none of us down here busting at no police officers. I just don't.
Hold on.
I respect everybody. Look at what I'm saying. I just respect everybody down here. But I just don't see you busting on no cop.
Okay, so
go ahead.
Let me touch on that though. So it's like this. I'm not aggressive like that.
I know,
J Mac. I'm not. You know me.
I
ain't aggressive like that. But I feel like I'm intelligent enough to know that as a man, my mother raised me. Somebody hit you, you hit their ass back. So therefore, if it comes to that, and I'm in that situation, then I'm gonna be as aggressive as I got to be to protect my life and the ones that I love, man. However, outside of that, I can leave out of here right now crazy with a gun and just go shooting at whatever white police officer. I'm not gonna operate in that way. You know what I'm saying? So, and I hope I'm not taking what you just said out of context. No, I don't think that's the way to go about it either. That ain't the way to handle our aggression, or maybe it is. You know what I'm saying?
But that
Or-
was the vibe I was getting
No,
from the
I-
whole
okay,
city.
so if I-
it's like you gotta meet fire
No,
with
no,
the
no.
fire.
So if I-
said myself, are
no.
we supposed to?
if I spoke
I
that
think
way,
That's
we-
a proposition.
I think
didn't-
we do need to.
if I spoke that way, I apologize, but that's not what I meant. Now, this is what I did mean. I'm gonna use you as an example. If we left out of here tonight, police harassing you. Let's just say you in the same position as our brother. So rather than me pulling out my cell phone and recording it, Justin, I'm here to tell you they're gonna kill 2 of us that night, and not just you. It's
I
gonna
feel
be
that.
2 of us that go down. And I'm not saying that to try to sound away, because like I said before, I'm not an aggressive person. But at the same time, the people that I love and the people that's with me, and I'm gonna protect myself. That's just the way it's got to be.
I hear what you're saying, but let me rephrase it, because I expect anybody to give the answer you just gave when it comes to protecting their family and their loved ones. I expect that answer. But in the context of this situation with George Floyd losing his life, nobody on that street corner was his loved one. This is the situation that we're talking about in America, is that who is willing to stand up and sacrifice their freedom, their livelihood, going home to their babies, they fiance, their wife,
No,
for a brother in spirit and race and however you want to say it. That's what I'm trying to say,
on
man.
the quick side, I'm gonna say this real quick. You're right. I ain't gonna pull out no strap and bust at no cop, even if I'm running from her or something. But one thing for sure, I'm gonna do what it takes. If I feel a certain way in a certain situation, my back against the wall, I'm trained to go. I'm going do how I feel in that situation.
You mean like when referencing
I can't be 100%
fight or flight
I can't
situations.
be 100% honest to say exactly. Yeah, I would have did this per se, because that's a lot. But I'll be damned if I can imagine myself doing that, because I done flew off the handle. I'm 0 to 100, as I said before, and when I get there, it's all the way there. It ain't no, hey sir, you're killing them, sir. It's not that. No
Right.
more. It's
Now I'm
going-
finna tackle
now
your ass.
I'm gonna do something. I gotta click.
Now we finna tackle your
Yeah,
ass. You
they-
finna shoot a
yeah.
taste
I
some
think
niggas.
you hit the nail on the head earlier when you said it ain't gotten bad enough yet.
Okay, elaborate.
Just because you touched on also the fear that most folks think about, and we have to think about daily, is the violence factor. Nobody wants that. A lot of people don't want that. They don't want that violence. We don't want to have to go there because they're afraid of what they will and won't do, or the harm that's going to come to their family. It's not bad enough yet, because I think Russell made a good point as well when he said that it's designed that way. They give us just enough. I'm doing
Just
well.
enough hope.
Just enough hope. Just enough to hold on to. You know, you got to not give too much care about the things that they want you to care about.
Like, hold on, y'all. Don't get too aggressive. Jay-Z just got into the NFL. We got progress, y'all.
That ain't we, you know.
But you been quiet, man.
Right, everybody been shooting from the hip.
But see,
on this
but
one
that's the
today.
thing. But that's the thing with you, B. I understand this is one of those sensitive topics as a business owner in Cleveland Heights, one of those diverse communities. You don't really have too much to say on these subjects, which is why I ain't been pressing you too much.
No, I mean I feel comfortable, like you said, on certain things, but like when it comes to like being revolutionary, I just don't touch that basis. But I agree, and I have my viewpoints about it. But like I said, I believe in fire with fire. That's how it's gonna have to ultimately end this. Being nice with them ain't gonna cut it. Being understanding is not gonna cut it. They have to really show. They need to fear something. Right now, they don't fear anything or anyone. So like they need a way to fear, and once you bring that fear factor to them from our community, I think it'll be real easy to get what we need out of that. You know what I'm saying? But they don't fear us. He's on your neck, taunting the whole community, smiling right at us, and Yanni ain't doing shit. Fuck, I'm scared of y'all for it. That man wasn't scared. He is not scared at all. They're like a scared cop that you fear for his life. His hands in his pocket, smiling. They doing this to intimidate us further. And we just sitting there recording that, this is what the cops will do you, so stay away, stay in your lane, and go to church. Because God got you. Everybody love God, don't they? Until it's time to meet his ass, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's going to die, go sacrifice themselves? No one. No one wants to die. Everyone's so in love with living that, and they believe in God in the afterlife, but no one wants to be in the afterlife yet.
See, y'all ain't even hearing.
A sacrificial lamb.
Wait a second.
That sacrificial lamb you're looking for.
I know, I feel you.
I don't think it will exist because it's like, who trying to die?
They
Everybody's so
disrespecting your point, man. Ain't nobody even listen. That was some deep shit. B. Because that's exactly where I was about to take that shit. When you take it to what you just took it to, I think that's where people is understating and not even really giving a whole lot of thought to how severe it has to get. Right. Sacrificial lamb. I'm glad you said that because I thought when I was like thinking about this whole shit, I'm like, man, this is biblical. Like what we going through as black people, shit crazy.
Shit is ridiculous, man. It's like it's unheard of in history.
Like,
who the hell is still being suppressed right now? It's
we
like,
been slaves for what, 400 years?
Where's the reparations they said? Didn't the Jews get their stuff? Everybody got their shit, right?
Dude. So when you say sacrificial lamb, what I thought was, all right, it's biblical in the sense that what was Jesus? And if you think the context of why Jesus was sent here, why would he have to die the way he died? To bring about the new world and the new change that he was preaching about. He had to die. Somebody has to die. It's an allegory of a story to let you know, in order to bring about change, any type of change in this world, you have to sacrifice something. You have to give something up. If you want to be successful, nigga, you want to be healthy, you have to give some shit up, nigga. You can't have everything. This life don't give you everything. If you had it all, nigga, this would be the shit that they call heaven, nigga. Heaven on earth. But it don't work like that, nigga. We all mortal. Everybody got to fucking literally sacrifice something to be great. And that's what that story is.
And right, so
that's exactly what that is.
As a black community or like our race, who go sacrifice that? That's what the bottom line he's talking about.
And you know what? Before you even pass the mic, the fucking whole shit, like you said, they have precautions, they have measures against that. So they call that the Black Messiah, which is why they had the COINTELPRO programs and shit to stop any rise of a black leader that would unite black people. Absolutely. So that's why they came up with the new term, Black Identity Extremists, BIE. They came with that about 4 years ago to label black people who are extremely proud.
Extremist.
They label you as a terrorist now. So wait a second. No. Let Ree got to get in. No, that's actually a new term. And it's under the category as a terrorist.
All that shit is fucked up. They've been doing that shit for a minute. Blatantly. In your face. They don't give a fuck. I feel like it do need to lightweight get violent. I ain't no nigga to be violent, but I feel that my people was down to be violent, I'd be violent.
Numbers.
But
the strength in numbers.
They're not ready to, my people not ready to do that. So I'm not going to be ready to do that. But the main thing you really need to do, I feel you need to do, is educate. You talking about like what to do for your kids, how you train these niggas, they gotta be smart. You gotta know the laws, when they pull you over, what's the deal. These niggas gotta be smart. We don't even know all our laws, you know what I'm saying, all the laws.
Right.
You get put out, they hit you with some bullshit. Your shit, you ain't got, you know what I mean, whatever. You just like, well damn.
You so nervous you get to talking all type of,
all that shit, you know what I mean? Like,
no.
You gotta be educated. If you're not educated, then you already lost. I think that's the main thing. I think y'all was talking about like pants and how you talk, and that shit don't matter. If you don't know shit on what's going on in this world with them, you lost. And if you have that education and then you start getting people to be educated on what's going on, we can start getting to that point where we can unite. You ain't gonna unite if you're not educated. If you're not educated, everybody's on their own type of path. You know what I mean? Like, we're not educated at all, especially when it comes to their bullshit ass system that don't work for us. We have to be educated on that system. Think about it.
Message. Think about it, my brother.
You gotta be educated, man. You got to.
No, it's like it's all encompassing. It's like we got to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We got to do everything.
Well, I mean, my thing is just regardless of how much we sit down here and talk or whatever, or wherever we talk or we say what we say, just don't be silly enough, because we know how they operate, man. Like, any one of us could walk out of here tonight and be another example. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is just standing up for each other, man. That's it. It ain't about no tough guy shit. Everybody ain't no tough guy. Everybody ain't no warrior, and that's okay. That's cool. But at the same time, it's just, let's just have each other's back, man. And that's it. And we got to start looking at, we can't continue on and look at like young guys or whatever. Like, all right, fuck that nigga. That nigga doing some dumb shit, whatever. Fuck that nigga. Well, if he being assaulted, I got to look at that young guy like my brother. You know what I'm saying? We gotta start looking at each other like that too. Even if I don't know you, it's cool to say what's up. If I see, like, I just seen some guys in the liquor store before I came over here. Them niggas had some mean mug shit on. Like, I'm like, I look at the dude like, what's up? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool to say hi. Like, what the fuck you looking all mean for, nigga? Like, what's up? I'm just saying, like.
Law said because they might have been me. That's funny. That's funny. Get the microphone.
But I mean, regardless of whatever, my point is that it's like, okay, it's cool. What's up, bro? Like, it ain't no thing for me to speak to you or encourage you or whatever. I ain't gotta be beefing with you. Why? Because I look at you like my brother. Regardless, we might disagree on many things. However, at the end of the day, we still share being black together because we suffering and we fighting the same fight. You know what I'm saying? So
I completely agree with that.
Yeah, so that's the one thing that we all have in common. If nothing else, like, I don't give a fuck what walk of life you come from, you still got a black face, and we still looked at by them the exact same way. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I pride myself, man, on showing respect because I would like to get respect back. So I lead with respect always. It don't even matter where I'm at. Like, I think that's why I'm just cool, man. Like, I don't have no beef with nobody, really. I never really had problems with nobody, man. I just lead with respect. I'll hold the door open for a nigga just like I would a female. It's just common courtesy. If I walk into a door and I see somebody coming behind me, I'm gonna hold the door open for you. I don't discriminate with being polite, nigga. If I make eye contact with you, I'm gonna give a nod or I'm gonna say what's going on, how you doing. It's just common courtesy, bro. It's just how it is, bro. Like,
acknowledgement.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people wasn't really raised a certain way. Some people is just a little off in the brain.
Everybody not like that. Gave me go ahead to even say it. Like, I'm trained. I'm reserved. Because you never know where a motherfucker coming from. I'm on a different.
You reserved to the point where you don't speak?
No, I speak.
That come down to that.
But
you can't hold the door open?
Can't trust.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Hold the door open. No, I'm just saying hold broader what I'm not what you say. Of course.
I'm just saying this common shit because this is usually the common interaction you have with somebody is like 5 seconds.
Right, she be just naturally acknowledging someone.
Sometimes when brothers mean mugging, they up to something. You know what I'm saying? And niggas.
I still say what's up.
Right. Come on, stereotype. I'm glad you ain't no cop.
I still speak.
So glad
if you look like you up to something, I'ma still hold the door open for you, nigga. I don't give a like.
This nigga gonna stop and do it. Nigga, why you staring at me and hold the door? You trying to? What you trying to do, nigga? What you? Right? It's like, but what more though?
Well, speak on it. Hold on, wait a second.
So
all the chat. You don't wait. You don't have. Hey, buddy. You don't have to yell. Everybody's gonna let you speak. We would like to speak on your different lifestyle. You're adding to the story. Yeah. You knew.
See the aggression around it.
Right.
All right.
Hey,
So
you know
much
I'm
for
not-
unity.
this is not being edited out. I'm just
So
letting
much
you know,
for
Lo.
unity out here.
All right, we are now, man. Look,
Please speak to the lifestyle. We don't know. This is a J Matt show. This is people are watching. This is on Spotify.
No, we all know the different
So-
aspect of motherfuckers looking at
So
you strange.
post criminal career.
They got shit up their sleeve. And not only that, niggas do homework on you, and you just might be a suspect for a motherfucker that want to pull up on you and do something weird to you, because they thinking you might be doing
All right.
something
Being-
that you doing,
be-
or you
being-
doing something more than you ain't doing.
So
Being
we're-
noticeable of your
So you
of your
gotta-
environment.
I mean, certain motherfuckers. I ain't letting. I'm looking at every.
I watch everything as a natural thing. But I'm not looking at somebody to be violent with.
I'm looking every nigga when I walk out the house. Nigga, look at me. Nigga, I'm looking at you before you looked at me. That's how I'm trained. I'm trained to go. That's just. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we also.
That's a
look.
different
See?
lifestyle. Everybody ain't in that lifestyle. You cool, you comfortable. That's good. But you know, as
Now, don't-
upbringing,
Don't get it wrong though.
Right.
Niggas is trained to be aware of their surroundings though. That's a little bit.
Head is always
Don't
on
take it.
swivel.
Don't take it wrong.
We
Now.
just talk about being just.
Don't take it wrong.
Nigga, I done had bullets fly past my ear.
We just talk
Yeah,
about
me too.
being cordial.
Don't get it wrong.
Nigga, we talk about in the
feel you.
grocery store cordiality, nigga. Say, hey, what's up, bro? Because you're looking at what's happening. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, we
I
was
don't
just
care.
talking. We was just talking about the normal.
What's wrong with saying
exchanges.
what's up if you looking at me? Look at me. I don't care. Look at me. But just say what the fuck is up.
Who the fuck sang the PTSD? I think I got that song. Nigga, like that.
Well, good luck walking out of here, motherfucker. We all looking at
It's
you.
real shit, nigga.
We go panic walking out of here and shit.
It's either you gonna speak
Let's start
on
looking at law
something
and see
or
if
you
you
just
start getting panic.
gonna talk around it. No, like what you speaking on, man?
Ain't no damn unity, man.
I'm fully with you. I understand what you're saying.
I feel what he's saying too. Like we all have to watch, keep our hand on the swivel. But I mean, everybody got to watch their surroundings.
All right, so how? So back to the. But so you don't like people holding the door and looking at you.
That's like
I'm just saying that's what he was
No, I
being a
try-
fair
and I
person.
do, and I am
He said
conscious now,
he was just
and
talking about being a
you know,
fair person.
Trying to be more cordial to people.
B is upset because you called him a bitch. That's why he's going.
And that was super
That's why he
unnecessary.
keep over talking because you called him a bitch. You thought he was gonna let that go?
Light-skinned people to begin with already.
You thought he was gonna let that go?
You already looking like a cop over here already and shit.
All right, nah, but so we gonna wrap this up, man. Before we wrap it up, though, anybody got any like party thoughts on this subject? Because we talked about some heavy shit, though. I think overall we got some good discussion out the way today, man. I think we did, man. I think we gave some perspectives on some ideas and some thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we could build on it. Hopefully people take away something that's like a little constructive. Have some conversations they ain't had before, but I think at this point everybody's having the same conversation, man.
Trap music no more. And the rap music.
So we just gonna have to see.
shit to talk about killing people.
What the fuck you talking about, B?
That's my change. I'm not listening to any more rap songs.
One thing I want to say, I feel like during this conversation we've all enlisted cops in the same realm. Just like it's bad black people, it's bad white people, it's bad cops, it's bad Arabs, it's bad Jews. Bad people is bad people. Don't lump everybody from a certain circle as to being the bad people. Because the same thing we asking for is that not all black people be treated as if they are the bad black people. So I think we need to also be able to give that same respect to whoever we're demanding it from. Because that's what we asking for. Because in order for the change to happen, however long it take, we ain't gonna be able to do it by ourselves. It's gonna take a culmination of everybody in order for that change to happen. Because when Martin Luther King was marching, it was white folks on the front line with him too. And that change don't happen until they own people.
They were spies.
Man, let him get his thought out, man.
I mean, I understand y'all have your opinion, but
I do agree.
it is not.
Niggas mumbling and shit, nigga give a thought, nigga.
You can't group everybody into the same circle just because they have a common thing. Our common thing is what? You just said it multiple times. Our black skin. regardless of where we are in life, what we have accomplished, what we haven't accomplished. Our black skin is a common thing. We can't put cops into that same common goal. We can't put white people into that same common goal. Because there was a white girl screaming on that video just as loud as the black dude that was saying, I am a Minneapolis paramedic.
Yep.
And she was white than a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
She was standing up just like the black man was, screaming just as loud. So you can't lump everybody into that song.
Should have been in the mix.
I'm gonna be honest.
Let's
was on the camera
just give your final thought.
The black man that was screaming.
Just let him get his final thought uninterrupted.
I mean, that's the only point. We can't lump everybody together just because they have a common thing. And our common thing is us being black skinned. We can't lump all cops together because they all cops. That's all I'm saying.
Point well taken. Point well taken.
Well, I would just say, back to my point earlier, my final thought on this whole thing, it just be to protect yourself at all times, man. Regardless of who it is, whether it's a black man that put his hands on you or a white man, just protect yourself at all times because that's your human right. That's your God-given right. It's not to turn the other cheek. You fight against those who fight you. And, again, all of y'all, my guys down here, if, we in the mix and we together, then we together. And that's just how I feel like it should be for black people as a whole because historically we've been the ones that's been targeted. The Jews, they had a history. Many other cultures. I mean, like you touched on earlier, which is fucked up, but the Indians being placed on a reservation, and which was once their land, their own land. You know what I'm saying? Historically, nobody had our fight. You just can't take a race of people and say that they had it worse than black people. So my final thoughts, again, protect yourself at all times. And we haven't done, we've done everything, but we ain't never came together and came up with a plan, put our minds together on how we going to attack this beast that we fighting, and that's it, man.
What you got, Lau? You next? Oh, who? And Red, you got something? Red, Smoke, you got something? Yeah.
Hey, educate yourself. Education, like I said. Educate yourself, know what you're doing. Get the fear out of your heart, because they pump fear at all of us. That's one of the main things with us. We scared. And they got that shit pumped and it's heavy. Educate yourself, get the fear out. Unity will be there, and yeah.
Yeah, man. G.I. Joe, knowing it's half the battle, man.
Had to get that out there.
You're only as strong as your brother. Keep everybody tight and right. Keep everybody together. And that goes for our seeds as well. Teach them up the right way. Shit. The right way.
It is what it is, man. Take a village to raise a child, man. Each one, teach one. Reach one. Teach one, whatever you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
When you grow. You know what I'm saying? All the cliches and all the sayings, all the phrases, man. Apply or insert your favorite one here, man. And keep it moving, man. It's a J Mass Show. We out of here.
Already.